Hello, I'm here where I store all my music collection, all my CDs, DVDs, posters, t-shirts and all that. The reason I'm here is because I came to collect some of them so I can take them to my place and sell them. That's right. These CDs have no much meaning for me anymore. Actually, no, they do. Sorry, they do have meaning. And I'm proud of having collected them for many years. I must have over 1,000 CDs here that I collected in more than 10 years. I remember there was a time in my life a few years ago where I was coming home with at least a record, 2 records every single day. If I came home without a record, without a CD, I would feel incomplete. I was discovering so many bands at the time, and they were releasing new albums very constantly, and also I was discovering new talents, bands that got recommended by friends and all that. So I would at least go to the record shop 3-4 times a day. Sorry, 3 times a week. But then again, in 2013, I started traveling the world, but I didn't really do much of it. I was just testing the waters when it comes to the traveling, dipping my toes into the water, and I really, really liked it. I went to Brazil in 2013. That was my first long trip. Actually, no, I traveled before, but it wasn't very often. But that was my first solo trip to Brazil. And then I came back. I didn't do any traveling until 2014. Yes. With people, and then 2015 again I traveled alone again to Poland, to Krakow. I remember that was one of my first adventures, solo adventures in Europe, and I really have great memories from that trip for many reasons. I remember seeing the band Riverside for the first time in Krakow. They were opening for Dream Theater. I talked about that event many times throughout my videos. In Katowice, Poland, and I was so blown away by the band that I went to the record shop to buy all their discography the day after, and I brought a huge pile of CDs back to the UK. I remember. So I think that was the last time that I bought a big bunch of CDs, because I enjoyed the traveling so much. I decided to invest more time, energy and money into the traveling part as opposed to the buying part of my life. And then I just went crazy with the traveling. I would go out every 2 months, every month sometimes. Sometimes I would go traveling twice a month. It just became crazy. But the more I travel, the more I came back to London, the more I realized how little I need this piece of plastic in my life. I discovered Spotify. By that time I was using an iPod Touch, which served me really well, but I had to spend so much time transferring the files from the CD onto the computer, onto the iPod. And then because it was at its full capacity, I had to keep deleting files from it, even though I bought the 128 gigabytes, which at the time it was huge. But yeah, so the more I traveled, the more I kept coming back to London, the more I realized that I need to do something about this. I happily kept buying records every now and then, but in my mind, on the back of my mind, I was thinking, what the hell am I going to do with these records in 5 years' time? If I keep doing this, if I keep buying albums and vinyls and DVDs, where am I going to put all this stuff in? I live in a very small room. I don't have the money or the means or the energy or the willingness to move to a bigger place or to, pay for storage room. So I decided I had to do something. I decided I had to get rid of this for real. I had to be really strict with myself and sell them all. or give them all away. So a few months ago, that's what I started doing. You know, I kept coming here to get the records, take them to my place and put them on eBay, or sometimes if they don't sell on eBay, I would take them to the record shop here in London, even though they give you just like a fraction of the price that you would get from eBay. But anyway, I've realized that I have a lot more focus, a lot more clarity in my mind to do the things that really matter to me, such as playing music, playing the drums, practicing, teaching, playing with my band, writing music, making these videos, reviewing albums. All those things really mean a lot. Traveling and doing all the stuff, as opposed to just buying things. Now, I'm not a guru. I don't want to be one of those gurus that talk about minimalism and you should do this and that. I don't have any spiritual reasons for doing this, any religious reasons for doing this. It's just about convenience. Now there's a bunch of CDs that I'm going to keep, the ones that are signed by my favorite artists, by my favorite bands, and also the ones that are really rare, but those are really few. So I'd say that I'm going to keep maybe 10% of the whole collection. The rest of it is going to go, either I'm going to give it away, well, I'm going to try to sell it first to make some extra cash, but if not, I'd just rather give it away. I don't want to keep anything, you know, that distracts me. When you travel the world, you want to travel as light as possible. That makes your life a lot easier. So if you transfer that mindset into your life, I find that, again, I'm a lot more focused in the things that really matter. I'm not trying to preach anything to anyone. I'm just a music fan. Everyone has different circumstances. If I had the means, if I had the money, if I had the space to store all these CDs, then I would definitely do it. But I don't. So I have to really make a decision, sacrifice some of these pleasures of buying records. One of the things I really miss from buying records and listening to music in this format is the fact that you can take out the sleeve, look at the artwork, even better on a vinyl, and then you really feel that you possess the music, that you own the music, as opposed to just listening to, you know, a streaming service such as Spotify. But then again, that is a drawback that you have to sacrifice. You have to, you know, be willing to accept when you just, you know, want to have the convenience and the clarity of mind. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. You know, I'm a music fan, as most of you guys. This is just my opinion. I'm sure people have different opinions. Actually, I have some arguments with my, well, I wouldn't say arguments, but we have some like back and forth conversations between friends that really think I'm crazy because I'm getting rid of my beautiful and beloved musical collection. But again, I don't get any pleasure anymore buying records. I don't see the need of it. I think I want to take advantage of the digital world that we live in. You know, I don't want to be a music hoarder anymore. I want to become a music fan, digital nomad of this century. I just want to reap the rewards of what we have right now in our hands when it comes to the technology that allows us to carry all our media collection with us anywhere we go. That's all I have to say. I wanted to share this with you because I just happen to have a camera with me and I'm using a couple of boxes as a tripod. Boxes of CDs, by the way. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Hopefully the next video will be a review. Thanks for watching as usual, and see you on the next one.